Okay. Hello, Doctor Nolan, or the eyes, whoever's watching this. I am going to be reacting to "Eating Christmas in the Kalahari" by Richard Borshay Lee. Um, Articles about how people from different cultures can misunderstand each other because they see the world differently. Um, the author writes about how living in the I don't know how to say it. I've been saying Jew Honsi, but I don't know if that's how you say it or not. But that people group and what happened when he tried to give him the Christmas gift. Um, in the story, Lee buys a big ox for like the community as like a Christmas present, and he in his mind is thinking it's a generous gift, um, because from his culture it's like that's like a good thing. But instead of the receiving party, the Jew Honsi people, instead of them being thankful, the people complain about it and say it is small and bad. And Lee feels confused and hurt because in his culture, like people will say like, "Oh, thank you very much," and they'll be like pleased when you receive a gift. But later, he learned that the Jew Honsi people group do this on purpose because they insult the meat so no one gets a big ego or feels more important than others. The article also shows how like different worldviews affect how people can understand actions, and Lee also comes from a culture where giving a big gift is seen as kind and what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to use filler words. Just we'll go with kind. Um, the Jew Honsi people, they because they're from a different culture, they see things differently. So in their culture, everyone is supposed to like stay equal. They don't praise gifts or the people that gave them the gifts. The same actions mean different things depending on what culture you're from or in. I feel like one bias in the article is how Lee first judges the people as rude and ungrateful because he's not used to that at all, and he assumes that his way of thinking about gifts is normal for everyone. And I kind of agree with him because that's how I would feel too initially, right away, coming from like American culture where we give gifts and stuff like that. But the story challenges the idea that one culture is better or more normal for others, even though the Jew Honsi, uh, like for example, like the way they reacted, how their behavior seems rude at first, but in reality, it's really not rude, and excuse me, it actually helps keep peace and fairness in their community. So there's always like not necessarily like a reason, but every culture is different, and it just works for them, and everybody, excuse me, everybody just grows up learning their culture and they grow up with that, and so that's their normal, if that makes sense. um, in American culture it's normal to praise people for doing well and getting rewards. That's kind of our social norm. So like someone from another culture like the Jew Honsi people, they might they might think of this as like showing off to others, or kind of not like boasting, but it's just like it's for them it's just not normal. It just seems like unnecessary almost. And their worldview is different, and it would change how they see our behavior. Just like um, Lee saw the way they reacted, and at first he thought it was rude, but then realized like it's just different culture. It's not rude at all. Let me check my time. All right, 5 minutes. Okay. I'll just wrap this up real quick. The biggest lesson I learned from this article, I'd say, is that culture affects how people see and understand things, and what can feel normal or what feels normal to us might feel strange to another person from a different culture. Like, for example, like I'm sure you've seen it, like with not exchange students, but students from other countries. I'm sure they're like not you. They're still like getting used to being in America or like grasping on to American culture. It's not always like the same, um, but this article helped. Sorry, the football game is on, so all my roommates are yelling right now. But the article teaches that understanding other cultures takes patience and an open mind. Uh, thank you very much.